Hello, Matthias here. I just wanted to make a response to Orygyn's video about the apparent death of the atheist community. Orygyn talks about how when he came here, and even a bit before he came, there was a community of atheists who primarily focused on their atheism specifically, and how our side was right and how the side of the theists was wrong and is wrong. And I guess I just feel a little bit differently because this was before my time on YouTube, and when I got here there was a community of atheists who, while we occasionally spoke about our atheism specifically and directly, a lot of it was more to do with how atheism applies to real-life situations, and or how theism, or how religion, affects our lives and how it alters and affects the lives of others who either don't believe or who believe differently. And let's see if I can come up with an example. We have, well, just the other day, Skeptic Snarf made a video. Actually, he's still in the process of making a 4-part series of videos to do with a book called Harmony, which was written by Prince Charles, and which I got about 19 pages through before I tossed it across the room. Truly horrible, truly horrible. In that book, Prince Charles talks about, in the little bit that I read, he talked about I guess the need to believe in something, the need to have faith in order to have the other part of the conversation in life, the philosophical bit, and how he seems to be anti-imperialism, that's not what I meant to say. He seems to be anti-science, is a better way to put it. And I would encourage you, it's been a long time since I read that little section of the book, and so I would encourage you to go and watch Skeptic Snarf's bit. And by the way, I apologize for my disgusting kitchen. It's dish day, and dishes get done later. Anyway, what else? We have, well, a few weeks ago, in fact a little over a month ago, I made a video about how, not how religion, but how the religious right affects reproductive rights and affects the abortion debate. We have a lot of people who happen to be atheists but who rarely mention their atheism, who are making videos on different topics like environmentalism and science, that kind of thing. And I think that's important. Frankly, the reason that I bring all this up is because I really feel like I would have gotten bored with the atheist community pretty quickly if all it was a continuing discussion of atheism specifically and exclusively, and the debate between atheism and theism. That has run its course as far as I can tell, and in that respect perhaps the community is dead. But I don't see the community as being dead. I see it as being adapted and perhaps even evolved to take on the issue at a different level, on a different plane, in that we are, as I said, applying the tenets of atheism or the tenets of skepticism, the tenets of humanism, to real-life situations. And I think that's really important. We all know what happened to Grappling Ignorance, how he lost his job as a teacher, or was facing losing his job as a teacher if he didn't delete his YouTube channel, and how he's had to go incognito. Caitlin is working at a place now where she feels like if the topic comes up, she'll be true to herself and she'll say that she is non-religious, but she's concerned about taking it any further than that because of fear of repercussion. I think that's a very important discussion to have. And I have similar feelings about my job. Particularly as someone who's a boss, who's a manager, I am concerned that me discussing my atheism in sort of a more descriptive way than just saying that I'm non-religious could potentially lead to a lot of negative consequences for me. Like I said, I think that's a very important discussion to have. I think another important discussion to have is, I know I keep going back to environmentalism, but environmentalism is very important to me. I think that a very important discussion to have is how the religious right tend to be more on the side of, I think I've got the term right, dominionism, wherein this is the earth. The theists, the Christians in particular, believe that they are in charge of being stewards of the earth, that the earth is theirs, or is ours as humanity, but for purposes here is theirs, and how things like pollution and negative impacts on the environment and other veins are not necessarily bad things, and however absurd that is, that's how a lot of them seem to think, and that's how a lot of them seem to talk, and that's troubling. I think that applying atheism to real-life situations is much more important on the whole than is discussing atheism couched in the terms of the debate between atheism and theism. I think that, as Orygyn said, that is something that we should continue to talk about. I think he thinks it should be talked about more often than I do. I think that it's important, but I don't think that it's something that we should solely and specifically focus on. I don't think that that's practical. And as I said, I do think it's run its course. What else? As far the PR problem that Orygyn mentioned, as far as our most subscribed to atheists on YouTube being Pat Condell, Thunderfoot, and The Amazing Atheist. First, to address The Amazing Atheist, my opinion on him is much the same as Orygyn's, in that I don't think, I have no problem with TJ, and as far as his Bananagate thing, who cares? Orygyn mentioned that there was the potential for problems there because of the ammo that it provides to the theist. But frankly, I feel like if a theist were to bring that up, all it would take would be a quick flip through the Rolodex in our minds to come up with a lot more ammunition against the theists. TJ, when he did what he did, as soon as it came out, he made a video, he owned it, he even made a joke about it. Everything was okay, and continues to be okay. The man is capable of being honest, and he's capable of laughing at himself, and I think that that is key. I think that that is the mark of a person who has integrity and who has a sense of humor, and I think that those are two very important things, especially in this community. As far as the theists are concerned, who comes up? Well, Venom Fang X certainly comes up. Damwa Films comes up. Jesus Freak comes up. The Atheist Antidote comes up. There are, I'm not going to tell you what they've done, I imagine you already know. We all know. And many of their issues involving dishonesty, lack of integrity, etc., theft in certain cases, continues. And so as far as our PR problem goes, I don't think that ours is as great as the theists, and I think that it's important to address those things, but I also think that if they continue to come up, they should just be brushed off. And I think that a good way to brush those things off is by bringing up what the theists have done. I think that especially is true as far as TJ is concerned. Now, as far as Thunderfoot and Pat Condell are concerned, yes, it is a very negative thing that they are sort of the primary representatives of the YouTube atheist community, if you will. And the racism, or the perceived racism, the perceived or actual hatred of Islam and focus on Islam is very negative, and I believe that it's something that should be cast aside as much as possible. But as you know, again, as Orygyn said, I don't really know how to do it. I have no idea how to take the focus off those folks. I do think that one thing we could do is, whenever you see a video you like, this video for example, send it to somebody, even if it's just one person. It doesn't take much longer than it does to like or favorite a video. All you have to do is go down under the Cunnilingus bar, click share, click email, and start typing. For example, if I type A, Acts of Elegance comes up. If I type B, Born Without Religion comes up. You know, plenty of other people come up. I believe anybody in your friends list will come up. And you can just click on it and it will fill the rest in for you. Click send, and it's done. Just send it to 1 or 2 people, and I will do the same. If I see a video that I think is important and that I like, I will send it to other people. That's a way to start sending our message around a little bit more, and to at least get a few more views, because I occasionally monetize videos, but I've made 2 cents this month on AdSense so far, and I don't care. I mean, I'm not in this for the AdSense cash. You know, as great and flowing as it is, my whole 2 pennies. So I think I think it would take quite a few more pennies to justify even sending a check out. And by the way, Google doesn't send out checks to anybody until they reach $100 anyway. So, but the reason that I say more views is because I like getting a lot of views when I do, because my message is, to me anyway, important. I think that a lot of the videos that I make and a lot of the videos that you guys make are important and are things that need to be said and are ideas that need to be heard and are the beginnings of discussions that need to be had. So maybe start that way. And if you guys have any other ideas, and I'm sure you do, post them. Post them in comments or make a video response. And I guess that's about it. I may have another video later. I want to address a video made yesterday by Chrissy the World Within, but I will do that later on. Anyway, let me know if you have any ideas, and let me also know if you have any further insight as to the roots of or extent of the problem. And as far as I'm concerned, the YouTube atheist community is not dead. It just smells funny. Thanks for watching.